I'm John Beneducci, your health and fitness coach. So today I want to talk about why your shoes are killing you. I know that the market for footwear is insane, right? There's this shoe's for this, and you should run with this, and look at this cushion, let's get orthotics if you're flat-footed. I find this all to be bullshit, okay? I have a master's in history, and I look at things evolutionarily. Footwear is really counterintuitive, especially heavy footwear. With cushions, if something is flat, right, you don't do anything to support it. It's flat, it's supported. Our ancestors didn't use much in the way of cushioning, and they really didn't show much knee problems. My specialty is ancient Rome. An ancient Roman soldier every day would do 25 miles of marching with 100 pounds of gear on. And this is what their shoe looks like. This is a replica. This is about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thick, hard, just piece of leather with some nails on the bottom if you're going over pavement. And they never complained about knee problems. There's a lot of good source material for the ancient Greeks and Romans on different medical issues they came across, diseases, injuries, wounds, and none of it has anything to do with knee pain. I find that knee pain for a lot of my clients is caused by having their foot laced up really tight in a shoe, and the bones can't move. The ankle is tight, that can't move. So what eats the impact? Their knees, right? Then their knees start to hurt. Oh, my knees hurt. Why do my knees hurt? And women, their ankles and knees will hurt when they wear a lot of high heel shoes. Pretty unnatural. 1/4 of all the bones in our body are in our foot. What those bones do is help to play, right? It's like hinges. I wouldn't put any padding or any protection around a hinge. It's meant to hinge. It's meant to move around. So the muscles and the bones in our foot, like our hands, 1/4 of the bones in our body are also in our hands. We don't do anything to tape our hands together, right, to prevent us from hurting them. And I know we don't walk on our hands unless you're a really good gymnast. But similar principle, my hands have 1/4 of the bones in my body, so do my feet. I don't want to tie tight shoelaces around my foot and brace it so that I can't move my feet and my ankles. So one of the things I like to do with my clients is start them off on some barefoot training. Barefoot training 1-on-1, I'd say first thing, try to do a few squats with no shoes on. All right, keep your feet flat to the floor and do about 10 squats with no shoes. Start by doing deadlifts barefoot, some squatting barefoot, maybe a few burpees barefoot. Start pretty mildly inside in a pretty safe environment. I like to run barefoot in the streets of New York, which is a little crazy, but my feet are very tough, okay? I've developed over the last, since 1999, barefoot training. My feet are very tough. I ran a Spartan race through the mountains barefoot. That beat my feet up a little bit, but not too bad. So you'd be surprised at how well you can move and how good your ankle mobility will become when you start to train barefoot. That's also going to work all those little muscles in my ankles and my calves, and it's going to pay a lot of dividends into having really healthy ankles and knees and hips later on in life. So guys, let's ditch our shoes a little bit. Let's go back to a little more natural way of moving, and go with either very minimal shoe. So I like the Reebok shoes, the CrossFit Nanos are very flat. No drop really. I like those type of shoes, or a pair of Chuck Taylors, a pair of Converses that are flat, that don't really have too much cushion. I don't really want to create instability. A cushion is unstable. I don't want to create instability in something that's already stable. It's already stable, right? I don't put a cushion under the foundation of a house. It's a foundation. It's flat on the ground. It's solid, all right? So if your feet create a nice solid place to move from, especially if you have good arches. An arch is the most stable structure in architecture, right? That's why the Romans were able to build aqueducts, by spanning long spaces and supporting that weight on an arch. So if you have arches in your feet, you really should try to do some barefoot training. And if you're flat-footed like I am, my foot's already flat on the ground. I don't need to do anything to it. It's flat already. Why add instability to a structure that already has great support, okay? That's my lesson for the day. Try to play with some barefoot training and let me know how it works out.